The Game Awards 2023 brought us some really crazy news regarding a bunch of new games releasing in 2024 and early 2025, so let's go ahead and cover the highlights. So starting us off here, we are getting a Blade video game developed by Bethesda and Arcane Lion. The trailer that they showed us during the Game Awards was so sick, and honestly, this news came out of left field, bro. I was not expecting a Blade video game. So yeah, this is going to be coming out around the same time as the new Marvel Wolverine game, and dude, honestly, this game looks great. And we haven't seen any gameplay yet, but this is something I'm definitely going to follow. So far, Marvel video games have been absolutely fire recently. We've gotten Spider-Man, and Wolverine is coming out soon, so I think that this is a very great piece of news right here. Moving on, God of War Ragnarok is getting free DLC. Yes, you heard me right, it is free, and it is coming out in a couple days. It looks pretty promising, and from what I've heard, it's actually going to be like a roguelike, so kind of like Diablo, but I think that was just a rumor. I don't know where I heard that. I don't know why they would do that. I'm not complaining though, because whatever they do with it, it's free, and I'll definitely be hopping back on God of War Ragnarok. So yeah, that is also a very exciting piece of news. Moving on, Black Myth Wukong looks like a great title. This is supposed to be like a Souls-like, and it's like Chinese mythology. From my understanding, I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, this looks like a great Souls-like. The art style looks really cool, and it looks like a lot of fun. I'm definitely going to be playing this. I love playing Souls-like games. We got another look at Hellblade 2 as well, and Hellblade 1 was extremely fun, and I think it is really underrated. And if you are a fan of the God of War games, especially the recent ones, I really recommend checking this out. Light No Fire is a game to keep on your radar as well if you are a fan of No Man's Sky. The graphics and art style looks really similar to No Man's Sky, however there are a ton of differences from what we can see in the trailer. Basically, this is going to be a fantasy multiplayer game that is similar to No Man's Sky, so it's not going to have space exploration, but in the trailer we saw skeletons walking around, dragons, and the game outright says in the trailer that it is a fantasy multiplayer game, and honestly that sounds really fire coming from the No Man's Sky developers. Obviously, the No Man's Sky release was not that great. However, the developers really put in a lot of work on No Man's Sky, and they actually made it really fun. So I have high hopes for this game. I feel like the developers here have really figured it out, and they are going to, take another chance at releasing a new game, and this time around it looks a lot more polished. The Last Ronin is a new samurai game that is coming out, and this looks phenomenal, bro. I think that this has a shot at winning Game of the Year. Obviously, it hasn't come out yet, but samurai games, in my opinion, are always just absolutely amazing, especially in the last couple of years. We've had Ghost of Tsushima and Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice, so I think that this is going to be absolutely fantastic. And obviously, the big reveal at the very end was Monster Hunter Wilds, which I know a ton of people are excited for. Me personally, I haven't played a Monster Hunter game, but they have always looked really good, and I'll honestly probably have to give this one a go, or play one of the more recent games. I know this is going to be huge for a lot of people, so that's also really exciting as well. But yeah, that is basically a recap of the biggest games that are going to be coming out in the next year or so. I'm low-key kind of disappointed that From Software didn't release anything about Shadow of the Erdtree, which is their Elden Ring DLC. I wouldn't say that it is far-fetched that we would get Shadow of the Erdtree reveals around, next year, in these next couple months, because supposedly From Software is working on some big projects. They got this Elden Ring DLC going, and rumor has it that they are also working on a PlayStation exclusive. Could it be Bloodborne 2? I don't know, I hope so. I'll make another video about that though. That is another video in and of itself. Yeah, what do you guys think of the Game Awards? Are you guys satisfied with these new releases and trailers and everything that we got? And what do you guys think of the Game Award decisions? Me personally, I think Spider-Man 2 low-key got snubbed, bro. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I think it got snubbed. I understand Baldur's Gate 3 is good, okay, but bro, like Spider-Man 2 was just a better game. I'm sorry, it was. I've played Baldur's Gate 3. I don't care. Spider-Man 2 was better, bro. I do not care. Argue with me if I'm wrong, bro, but like, I don't know. I think that was like one of the biggest snubs in all of the Game Awards this year, bro. And the fact that Yuri didn't win a performance award, like, man, come on. Baldur's Gate 3 D-Riders are something else in my opinion. Yeah, I personally think the game is a little overrated. I don't know, man. It's cool, but I don't think it's game of the year. That's my hot take though. That's my hot take. What do you guys think in the comments? But yeah, me personally, I think that the best release news that we got was the new Blade game that came out of left field for me, and I think if it's done right, it could be an absolute masterpiece. I'm a little bit scared though because Bethesda could mess it up. I could see that happening. It could go south very quickly with this game. However, I do have hope for this game. I think it is going to be great.